Hello everybody, as you can see here I got a lot of stuff for Christmas, but before I get to everything on the bed, I'm going to show you all what's on the what's not on the bed. A lot of stuff is actually either hanging from walls or is on desks. Stuff that's not portable. Stuff that's not portable is not on my bed. So I'm going to start off with this How to Train Your Dragon poster here. I'm dead serious. I love this movie so much that I just had to have a poster. So I got this, my mother framed it, and as you can see here, it goes well with my Star Wars figures. And there it is. I think it's a pretty good poster. A little bit small, but, you know, the black background, the black frame definitely makes up for it. Yeah, there it is. It's a pretty good poster. Now, here's a big one that goes on my front door of my room, at least. The door of my room, I should say. One of my favorite games, Batman Arkham City. And the door is closing, so let me see if I can get a lot. I'll just hold it. There it is. It's huge. Batman Arkham City with Batman and Catwoman. And there it is. Now for my iHome here. As you can see here, this is obviously a stereo system, but it also has a radio and an alarm feature built into it. So it's a radio, alarm clock, and stereo all in one. So the iHome is definitely a must-have if you want to if it's a must-have if you want to listen to radio, if you want to get up early with a good alarm, and if you want to play music during a party. You just slip your iPhone, iPod Touch, or iPod Classic in this little slot. Right now there's a little cover in this, focus. Right now there's a little cover in the slot so that it can fit iPhones better. There's a little antenna there. It also comes with its little remote. That's pretty cool. So there's the iHome. Now for the stuff on my bed, the main course. Focus. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3. I would like to thank my wonderful aunt and cousins for getting me this game because this is a pretty good installment in the Call of Duty series. Sorry, I gotta focus it a lot of the time. But anyway, back to Modern Warfare 3. A lot of people have complained that the gameplay is too similar to Modern Warfare 2, but I can't blame it. I mean, the events of Modern Warfare 3 only take place 2 years after, sorry, not 2 years, 2 hours after the events of Modern Warfare 2. So it's like an instant sequel, only by a few hours. So I think there are 3 main memorable things about this game. Special Ops overall. Special Ops, I think, is what makes this game better than Black Ops. Spec Ops is better because it gives you explosives, it gives you Predator missiles, airstrikes, you can call in NPCs to help you, non-playable characters. So Spec Ops, I think, is very well done, definitely even more improved in Modern Warfare 2. Sadly, you can still only have 2 players, and that's my only complaint with Spec Ops, but Spec Ops is definitely a great mode they have in this game. For multiplayer, I do love multiplayer when I sign up with Call of Duty Elite, because signing up with Call of Duty Elite and linking up my account, it makes it so that I get double XP, more rewards, easier kill streaks, so Call of Duty Elite with your account on this multiplayer game is also very cool. You also get a free emblem and title. But the most memorable thing about this game is the ending of campaign. This has one of the best endings of any game ever, and probably one of the best villain deaths ever, because if you were ticked off at the bad guy in Modern Warfare 2, then trust me, the ending is nothing but sweet, sweet vengeance. I know I'm probably spoiling the game, but trust me, the ending, it's just friggin' awesome. Remember this remember this motto for the ending, or motto, I'm saying it right, motto. When you drop the soap, you pay the price. Remember that slogan, because that sums up the ending of Modern Warfare 3. You drop the soap, you pay the price. So this is a pretty good game. Star Trek on Blu-ray. I thought this was a pretty fun movie. The plot was over the top, but that fits in well with Star Trek because you're supposed to have over the top plots. But as long as they're a lot of fun, it's probably going to be a very good movie. And it had a lot of CGI, but not too much. It didn't use special effects in order to substitute for its plot. And I actually think it's very respectful to the old Star Treks, like the New Generation and even the original series. The score was good. I thought the look of the new redesigns of the Enterprise and the spaceships were cool. And I thought the casting was pretty well done. I liked who they got to play this new Kirk, new Spock, and new Uhura. So, pretty fun movie. Nice to see Leonard Nimoy back. And a lot of Trekkies are saying to the Star Wars fan, well, Star Wars may be more popular than Star Trek, but at least our prequel is good. That I cannot argue against. Aside from episode 3, I can't argue against that. To all of you Trekkies, you are right on that. Destroy All Monsters on Blu-ray. This is a pretty fun monster film, one of the better Godzilla movies from the Showa era. And I actually like it that they got the Japanese art because the American art of Destroy All Monsters, they make all of the monsters look completely different. But this is definitely an interesting piece of history for Godzilla. It was supposed to be Toho's final Godzilla movie, but this was just the 9th one, so they weren't even a third done. So this is actually a pretty fun movie. You have Mothra, Kumonga, Godzilla. I'm kind of ticked off, though, that they don't have Ebra. I guess the budget was getting out of hand, but you couldn't have Ebra just make a brief cameo, and it also ticks me off that Varan and Baragon and Gorosaurus, they all pretty much, well, no, Gorosaurus pitches in, but Baragon and Varan, they just get shoved to the side because they just make small cameos. But I still think this is a pretty enjoyable Godzilla film. A lot of stock footage from this movie was used in other Godzilla installments. I'm glad that they released this on Blu-ray. This will definitely tide me over until I get Godzilla vs. Megalon on Blu-ray, which was delayed until 3 weeks from now. So, I'm nice that Toho released this on Blu-ray. Monty Python and the Holy Grail. Oh my god, this is the funniest movie ever made, period. I mean, this is just hilarious. All of these encounters King Arthur and his Knights of the Round Table come across, the French Tonner, the Cave of Carbano, French Tonner, the Cave of Carbano, the Bridge of Death, the Annoying Peasant, the Wedding, the Singing Prince. Oh, I thought it was a princess. I mean, this is just classic. It's a classic movie. It was a classic movie back then, and it's a classic movie by now. I mean, you probably have seen this movie, but if you haven't seen this movie, see this movie. It is absolutely hilarious. Then here's the Toy Story trilogy on Blu-ray. I thought it would be a good idea to get these because I love this movie. I bet a lot of you do too. And as a kid, Toy Story 2, I think, was my favorite of all of them. But I wanted to get this because I could only see Toy Story 1 and Toy Story 2 on 2 VHS tapes, but now I have everything. I have the Blu-rays, I have the digital copies, and now I have the third one, which, by the way, is the highest-grossing animated film ever. I'm actually I'm not surprised, but I like it that I found that out. Highest-grossing animated movie ever. So I'm going to open it. I'll probably put the iPhone down. And as you can see here, it's based off of Andy's Toy Box. Andy's Toy Box is the case for all of the DVDs, the discs. Let's see. Oh, it's the wrong side. So as you can see here, DVDs, Blu-rays, bonus material for Toy Story 3 on Blu-ray, and digital copies. So this has everything. If you're a fan of Toy Story, definitely check this out. And all the digital codes are still active until November of this year. So you should definitely get this. You can get all 3 of your movies on your iPod or iPhone. So great box set. Let's see if I can put it back on. So there it is. Welch's Fruit Snacks, the most delicious things in the entire world. I mean, seriously. This is an 18... I have an 18 packs of these. I have 18 I have 18 packets of these little gummy delicious treats, and already I've eaten 16 of them in only like 2 weeks. I mean, I'm only down to 2, which is already making me cry. So these are absolutely delicious. I get these every day at school. I mean, 18 bags. What's not to love about it? Mixed fruit, strawberry, white grape, raspberry. Awesome. A little embarrassing. Crest 3D whitening strips. I'm not totally dissatisfied with how my teeth look, but I figure they could use a little bit more whitening, so I got these to go along with my 3D whitening toothpaste. There's an entire set there. Focus. Shaking this like crazy. So yeah, I'm glad I got these. They're working out okay, and I plan to use them more in the future. Neat little slider puzzle. I like it that's a lizard because anybody who knows me knows I love lizards, reptiles in general. They're my favorite type of animal. Excuse me, not favorite type of animal, favorite group of animals. It's pretty challenging, and I obviously won't solve it in this video, but I plan to put this in my satchel and have fun with it. This is a pretty cool gift. Here is a little history book. Well, not exactly history book, but here's the thing. It goes around and shows you the first issues of all of these 20s and 30s comic book superheroes. And it just shows you the first issue and how a lot of these superheroes went to become big legends in American culture. But a lot of these superheroes also, not all of them made it big. I mean, a lot of them were hit and miss. And a lot of these may seem ridiculous today. Lois Lane had her own comic book series. Ms. America. Sandman, who looks like the Grey Ghost from the animated series. Plastic Man. Oh, okay. Wow Comics. Favorites. All-Star Comics. This is both DC and Marvel. The Green Hornet. The Green Arrow. I want to see the Doll Man. There's a Captain Marvel. Let's see, I think he's somewhere in here. Captain America, which the new movie was awesome. The Blue Beetle. I want to see if I can find the entire page. Here we go. Here's Batman. Back in the day when the brilliance of Bob Kane was shown and he created this legendary comic book series. This is how it all started. There's the Penguin with Robin. It ends here. Hangman, Superman. The first issue of Superman is the most expensive comic book in the world. That's the Phantom, I swear. It doesn't say so, but I think this is... Yeah, this is definitely the Phantom. Let's see. Flash Comics. Where is the Batman? Here we go, Batman. As you can see here, it was definitely a big event when he came out. As you can see, the 30s were more focused on the atmosphere, the skies and the streets. It was more 20s London-esque film noir. It was more focused on noir than it was on technology like the Batmobile. So this is how Batman started, and it's pretty interesting to read. Good book overall. Mystery Comics, Blue Beetle. Now here is one of the most famous graphic novels ever written. The Dark Knight Rises by Frank Miller. This is one of the most well-known graphic novels ever. And it's probably Frank Miller's most well-known work yet. His prequels, Batman Year One. Oh, I love this line. Look at the art. Look at the art here, too. I mean, this is something you just don't see in comics nowadays. It's definitely more dark and scary than the Adam West Batman people were familiar with back then. In fact, this is probably the first dark and scary image the majority was actually shown to with Batman. I mean, this was 3 years before the Tim Burton movie. It's even more dark than the Tim Burton movies. I love this line. Let's see. You don't get it, boy. this isn't a mud hole. It's an operating table, and I'm the surgeon. That is what makes this Batman so friggin' awesome. The artwork here is fantastic. Let me see if I can get the big picture. There's a big picture of Batman here. Let's see. Just look, yeah, here it is. Look at that. And it's overall a pretty interesting story. Bruce Wayne continues the career of Batman after 10 years of retirement. It has all of the cluds and thwonks and cramps. Pretty epic comic book. It's actually telling a very well-detailed story. He has a new Robin. Superman's in this movie too. I've seen parts of the climax. It looks epic. And there we go. So that's my Christmas update. I'll see you all later, and bye-bye.